Okay, so question 7 of the evaluation questions is looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you've learnt in the progression from it to the full product?
Well, looking back at our continuity task, we did realise that we made 2 main mistakes. One of which was the sound, because we had, I think it was 3 cameras?
Yeah.
We had 3 cameras, 2 from the side and then 1 from the centre, given like a eye level. And we noticed that because every time we used a different perspective in the actual footage,
Like shot, reverse shot?
yeah, like the sound would also vary as well. Like it would be really loud at one point and then really quiet because it was like from the further camera. So I think if we were to do that again, we would most likely do a voiceover to avoid the sound varying and just sounding. It didn't sound fluent. The sound did sound very broken, and it didn't sound fluent, and it didn't flow as nicely as we wanted it to.
Yeah, like I feel like because we were trying to stick to the 3 main bits that we wanted to show in our preliminary, which was the 180-degree roll, which is why we had the camera set up like that, and like shot, reverse shot, that was probably why the cameras were like messing about with the sound, because we had to flip back for the shot, reverse shot.
Yeah.
And match on action as well. In the match on action shot is where we made our second mistake, which was the fact that you could see a tripod in the background. I think it's at 22 seconds of the clip, and you can see like a tripod in between the 2 characters. That probably one was the most like
The
annoying,
most obvious and annoying one.
because we like thought that it wouldn't be.
And we noticed it
seen.
once we finished editing.
Yeah.
So it was really hard to go back or like find another bit that was like the same movement.
I think what we like learned most about that was the fact that we really need to watch back. Like we should watch back our footage much more often, and like watch it closely so that if there's a mistake we can like pick up on it. And I think we did that for our main task.
Yeah,
we really did like look really closely into the footage, and before we edited anything we would watch it like 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, to save time as well. For sound in our main task, well, ideally before we actually filmed or thought of our idea, we had like another idea for our main task, and we were going to use voiceovers to avoid this problem again of like the voice of the sounding interrupted. But in the end we didn't actually use any diegetic noise or sound in our main task, so we didn't have this problem. But I guess if we were to film another film opening or anything like that, we would use a voiceover to avoid the problem happening again.
We thought it was worth mentioning one small mistake that we made in our main task. What we learnt from like our preliminary is that really big successful films always make small mistakes.
Like
so,
Harry Potter,
Ocean's 11, like big films like that, which are still being watched today, and like they have mistakes in it which they can't go back to do. And once we'd edited our main task, like completely finished it, uploaded it, everything, we watched it back and saw one minor mistake of a costume. So a character was wearing short trousers and then they were wearing long trousers. For all our viewers, like no one really noticed it, but as like creators of it, it was just irking us that this like happened.
I feel because it was fast paced throughout the whole footage, you just didn't like pay attention to every detail of each character. But as we've seen it so many times, we just noticed and we were like, oh, it's so annoying, but we can't really go back because that's the only footage we have of that scene, and that's like one of the most important scenes which explains what's happened.
I guess like the fact that obviously successful films have done it too kind of reassured us, and like it made it seem a bit more like realistic, like this actually happens when you're filming, like you can't get it so perfect. But overall I feel like we've learnt quite a lot from our continuity. Again, like with our main task we could have made 2 or more mistakes, but from making those mistakes already in the continuity we knew like we
knew to avoid doing what we already had done by accident.
So yeah, overall I think we've done pretty well, as this is like the first time I've done any filming.